Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Carlos Phoenix with the Indie Lounge, and today I have special guests, Miss Gabbie Rae and Ian Burke. How are you guys?
We're doing good.
So,
Glad to be here.
so you guys are in Atlanta, correct?
Hmm.
Yes.
Oh, this is one of those delayed via satellite type of things.
We got it. We understand it
Yeah.
though.
Very cool. So, tell us about you, Gabbie. Let's start. Let's go back to the beginning. You said you were pretty young when you started singing, and then you started getting into it more on a professional side. So, how young were you?
I started singing, just for fun when I was about 3. Professionally since I was 7. I ended up moving to Myrtle Beach to really start my career. I performed places around the beach. I even did my own Hannah Montana tribute show. I attended a convention in 2010, was it? Summer.
2010,
Okay.
yes.
And that's where Ian found me. I sang a minute version that pretty much changed my life, and now I'm here.
Now, I know you were about 6 when you started doing competitions.
Hmm.
Now, what kind of competitions were you going into?
I went into headliners competition. A lot of the competitions I entered were mostly dancers, so I was one of the very few singers that were there. But any competition that I was able to enter, I just got into, to build up my stage performance skills and just to, ready myself for what I was about to do.
And what style of music do you sing? We're going to try and play some of your music in a little bit, but I figured you'd be a good person to introduce that.
My style is, I'd say pop rock. I like to be really original, but if I had to compare myself to an artist, I'd probably say Pink.
Nice, very nice.
So pop rock, a little splash of Disney in there.
Now, way back in the day when I was doing my painting and stuff, I was meeting up with the producers of Pink on her first album, and I was
Nice.
supposed to do her first DVD cover, but yeah, that didn't happen. She kind of wasn't very happy with me, so she, she was introducing her first music video. I remember her walking into the room, and and she had that Pink attitude about her. So
Yeah.
and so I tried to show her my artwork, and she just was all so excited about her video that I just said, you know what, maybe you guys should be better off with photography, and it worked out for her. So she's got a great voice, and if that's what you're going after, that's going to be a pretty impressive career for you.
Yeah, Pink's definitely an inspiration to me.
Excellent. So Ian,
Yes, sir.
tell us a little bit about you, a little bit of your background, and then how you kind of stumbled onto Miss Gabbie Rae.
Well, I've been in the business for 25 plus years, and I've had the good fortune of working with a lot of the Atlanta luminaries that have come out of the city, including Arrested Development, Outkast, TLC, Escape, Akon, Bobby Valentino. Um, Wow, and the list goes on and on and on. I've also worked with a lot of talented producers, such as Jermaine Dupri, Dallas Austin, Organized Noise Productions, Shakespeare, and I've been, you know, kicking it around the city and for quite a bit. And I've also worked with Elektra Records. I was the director of A&R for Elektra Records for a while. And then I went on to run the songwriting organization ASCAP, which is the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. I ran that here in the Southeast for like 7 years. And then, I went on to create my own entity with a friend of mine, Stone Stafford. We created a company called Burke Stone Entertainment, Burke Stone Management. And we both attend a talent competition that happens in Orlando, and that's where we found Gabbie last summer. She was in this talent competition. She was in the preliminaries to get to the final competition, and she just blew everybody out of the water. And we knew that we had to get to it before everybody else did. So You know, I stalked her parents, and we were stalking each other, right?
You came up to us after that, and you said, "Please just go home right now before anybody else talks to you."
That's awesome. I mean, that's. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, and I hate to bring this up in a conversation because I know there's a polarity in terms of fans. But have you seen the Justin Bieber movie?
Yes.
Yes.
We saw it together, actually.
We did.
Yeah, you know, the way his career kind of came about of him just being a child, for lack of a better word, prodigy, you know, playing guitar and being a musician. Would you say there's any parallels like that? Outside of the style of music and stuff like that, would you say there's any parallels?
Actually, you know what? It's deeper than you think. Because she started her career at this very studio, and Justin Bieber started his career right here at Icon Studios. So she was actually starting to record her songs in the studio that was featured in the movie, which was, you know, when she found that, we didn't know that scene was going to actually be in there, but she started crying in the movie theaters. I had to pass her a couple of tissues.
Now,
you know, so
I was crying because you wouldn't let me have the popcorn.
that too.
Okay, so now I've been to those studios. Do you practice a lot in that room that's upstairs?
I do some rehearsals up here. And there's also a rehearsal spot down the street that I go to and get all my show stuff ready.
Nice. So, okay.
One of the things, Carlos, because I wanted your audience to see, because on her website, there's actually the very video, the first time I saw her, that video is actually on her website. It's like 1 minute and 6 seconds. No. If you wanted to show that video.
So which video is that?
A Prince Mayfield song is cool.
No, which one is it?
It's her sort of singing with a hat on. She's sort of standing up with the vest.
It's the first one on the website.
It's on the web. It's on the video section. It's on the video page of the website.
Okay. So let me put up the website, guys. Just give me 1 second. And I'm guessing it's the first one that's on there. So I'm going to put that one up.
Yeah, it probably is. It's probably the first one.
Which is a Q Parker?
No, not that one.
Okay. This is what happens when I record live, guys.
Or something. I'm sorry, what?
No, I'm just talking about, you know, this is what happens when you go live. Now, now it's not on the homepage, it's on the video page?
It's on the video page, yes.
All right, I have the Gabbie Rae with Q Parker. Gabbie Rae wins the AMTC.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's not it.
That's not it.
No, it's not. What's the one under that, please, Carlos?
I have 2 Neverland videos under that.
It's the Gabbie Rae wins AMTC.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's
okay, well then, yeah, play that one. That's fine.
Okay, no problem. I'm just going to fit it in our little display here. that's a voice, baby.
I definitely changed a lot since then.
That's awesome.
You didn't notice the Dutch boy haircut, you know.
You didn't have to,
So
specify.
now that's that was beautiful. Where is that located at?
That was in Orlando, Florida, at the Gaylord Resort, and that's where the whole convention was being held.
And so that's where you guys met for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's nice to have kind of something to look at and say, you know what, we met that day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's kind of neat. I like that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So then you met. You got into a conversation. Kind of tell us how that went.
Well, I actually went after her to find her parents. I didn't realize that the parents had kind of snuck up behind me, because after her performance, like I sort of stood up and I was really excited about the performance, and so it was really easy for the parents to find me, and it was easy for me to find the parents. And I actually thought that she was older than what she was. I didn't realize she was only 12 at that point. I thought she was like 14, 15 years old. And when I found out that she was 12, I was just like, well, we got to have her. And my partner, Stone Stafford, was right there with us. And he was like, yeah, we got to make something happen. And, she had, about 20 callbacks from different agents across the United States, from LA to New York. And she had to pick her choice of anybody. And, somehow I won.
It was a gut feeling. It just me and my parents talked about it, and I was just like, they're real people, and I felt like those were the people that I needed to be with.
Well, that's great. I mean, the fact that I can see that you guys have a great relationship, and I know I'm sure for you're familiar with the entertainment industry. You know how rough and tough it can be, and being able to kind of create this little boundary or protection for someone as young, so that it lessens any kind of a blow, is probably important to you.
Yeah, she is young, and she's like my little kid sister at this point. So I'm extremely protective of her, and as are her parents. And my biggest thing was actually getting over the fact that she was so young, because, when you sign an artist like Gabbie at this age, you don't just sign her, you sign her parents.
Right.
Along with it. And I was very, very fortunate that Stone and I were both very fortunate and very blessed that her parents were very well grounded, and that they had instilled a lot of values with her. And they weren't trying to live their lives vicariously through her. They just wanted the best for their daughter, and they were willing to just stand up and say, we've taken her this far. And believe me, they had taken her pretty far. Like, this wasn't like, okay, this is a kid singer that we found that sounds real good. She was already a star in Myrtle Beach. She had her own billboard. She was doing a Hannah Montana review on the beach, an extremely popular girl in that area. And we had to come behind that and work on trying to get it to the next level. And, for them to turn over the reins to that and trust someone who they barely knew, it was a huge step for them. But once again, they followed their gut, they followed their instinct, and, we're real happy with where we are right now. We're very close to achieving dreams and goals for all of us. It's not just for Gabbie. It's for me and my partner Stone. It's for the parents. It's for our producer Blake and the entire team Gabbie Rae. And it's just an exciting time right now.
What do you guys feel would be the next step for Gabbie now? I mean, she's got the voice, she's got the talent. She's has the team Gabbie, and where do you go from here?
Well, the most important thing, the first thing that we had to do when we started with Gabbie last summer was we had to find a sound for her, and begin developing more her social media and build a website just expand on the things that were sort of kind of there and sort of take it to the next level. So we were getting with a bunch of producers, and people were submitting songs, and she got in the studio and she was recording records. And, you know, in the meantime, we were also recording, you know, some videos and things like that, that we can kind of post up to build up the hype on Gabbie and to create the chain of the social media machine running. And then we finally got with Amir Collier, Blake Eisman, and Jay Reed, who helped craft the initial sound for Gabbie. They were doing some really cool records, and you know, we started getting it cracking, you know. So that was our first move. We got that established, and they had crafted a really cool song called Neverland, and we decided to kind of run with that, you know, and see what we could do with that. So we actually shot a music video that was produced and directed by Sugartooth, a really cool, fun school time video. And we put it out there along with the record. We let the people download the record, and it was all part of building Gabbie's audience, and it worked out very well for us.
Now, I did put that video, and for the viewers that are watching, it is already on theloungemagazine.com, because I wanted to show some of her talents before our interview. Yeah, I saw the video. It's an excellent video. I thought it was very well put together, a lot of fun. And how was that experience for you in terms of shooting your first video?
It was really exciting. I didn't know what to expect, so when I got there and I saw this big green screen and all these huge cameras and booms, I was like, oh no. But it ended up being really cool. It was a long day, but we definitely, it was a great experience.
So you shot that in one day?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you're mentioning social media, you're mentioning all the kind of the key words for the modern day success. You're now discussing, talking to some record labels. How is that going along?
It's going good right now. But before that, what happened was that video actually caught the attention of Big Boy's daughter, Jordan Patton. And she reached out to her father, and you know, her father and I have a long-term relationship. I managed Big Boy from Outkast. Well, I managed both of them, Big Boy and Andre 3000, when they were 17, 18 years old. And when Jordan saw the video, she reached out to her father, and her father, you know, had his people reach out for me, and you know, we began to collab on it. And he was like, "Look, I want to start this label for my daughter. It's her 16th birthday is coming up, wow. And I want to start this label for my daughter called Purple Ribbon Kids, and we want Gabbie to be the flagship artist for that label." And I was, you know, a little apprehensive at first, but, you know, I spoke with Gabbie about it, and I spoke to her parents about it, and they were really gung-ho about it. They thought it was a really cool idea. And then Gabbie was invited to sing Happy Birthday to Jordan at her Sweet 16 party. And then it started rolling pretty much from there. It was you know, it started off to be a really great union. Great connection, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, so you got all this stuff together. The marketing aspect is the social marketing right now. You're getting a label to kind of back you up a little bit, and it seems appropriate in terms of the age group. What happens next? Because this is basically the watchers of the show are folks that are probably wanting to get into the industry, and they don't really see how things happen, how things work.
Right.
So, what happens next?
Well, at that, you know, what Big's label does is Big went out and just created this whirlwind of hype for us. He did a press conference and, you know, pretty much put it out there about the label, and all the major online bloggers and magazines, they all picked it up. And it wasn't long before VH1, their website, The Best Week Ever, they actually aired Gabbie's Neverland video.
Awesome.
And they did a comparison because at that time too, Rebecca Black, who was the same age as Gabbie, she was coming out and doing her thing, and they did a comparison between Rebecca Black and Gabbie. And you know, as you already know by knowing Gabbie's music and Gabbie's artistry, you know, there's no real comparison. No disrespect to Rebecca,
I
but
agree.
you know, they were saying, hey, you know, really, this kid is legitimate. This isn't a ploy to start putting out a bunch of kids who have rich families and you know really can't sing, but they can afford to put out videos. This kid is the real deal, and it garnered a lot of attention for us. So at that point, we started working really, really hard on her social media, and she got on Facebook and Twitter, and you know just started building her fan base. And you know, for those people who are looking to get started, like that is the best way. You know, nowadays it's easy for people to go direct to their fan base. They can communicate with fans all over the world. Like now she has fans because of her communicating a lot with Big back and forth on Twitter. She had when he goes out on the road, his fan base slowly becomes her fan base, and she has fans now in Romania and in what is it, Australia, because they're big fans, and Big recently went over there, and you know he's tweeting about Gabbie and things of that nature. So it really helped the fan base grow. And then it came time to start putting her in front of labels who would just take us from doing this indie thing and launch us into a larger arena. And that's what we wanted for Gabbie. You know, we've done a lot as an independent artist. She released her single independently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turn It Up, August 30th. And we got that out there.
Now, was that an iTunes release, or is it a...
Yes, it was an iTunes release.
Excellent.
We actually put it out there on iTunes. And then we started preparing for... actually, you know what? We didn't really prepare for Anti-Bullying Month. My thing with Gabbie and the bullying thing came about when her mom, who posted up some pictures on her own Facebook site and was showing a lot of children who had special needs, and pictures with them and Gabbie, and I just got curious about it, and I started talking to her mom about it, and she was telling me how Gabbie would go down, and when she performed on the beach, a lot of these people would become her fans, and there's a place called the Grace Potter? Is it the Grace Church? Where Gabbie would go and perform, and it's a church for children with special needs. So she had a really, really cool fan base of these children with special needs. And my whole thing was like, you know what, Gabbie, you need to do something specifically for these kids. And so a friend of mine, David Ryan Harris, who's a very accomplished songwriter, came up with this record, Don't Look Down. It was already out, it had been out for a while. And I talked to her producer, Blake, about producing it and kind of revamping the lyrics. And a young lady named Felicia Goings, or Pin Game, sort of revamped the lyrics, and we catered it towards that particular fan base of children with special needs. And when it came down to actually shooting the video, Gabbie insisted on going to her hometown because that's where these kids were. And if we were going to do this, she wanted to make sure that they were part of the whole situation. So that's how the Don't Look Down and the whole anti-bullying movement came about. And it just so happens that October was going to be anti-bullying month. So what I did was hold back on releasing the video and releasing the song, and so that, you know, when October came, we'd have a really strong platform to release it all, and that's what we did.
Awesome. Now, Gabbie,
Mm-hmm.
the little silent girl here. So
Talks a lot.
I understand. I mean, this has got to be exciting for you. A lot of movement all around you. I mean, I'm guessing you're still also going to school,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, so has that complicated anything for you? Has it made any more difficult, or are you able to really just kind of go with the flow and get good school grades plus run after your passions?
Well, I'm actually doing a homeschooling program called Connections Academy, and it's actually on the computer, so I can go on any time of the day as long as I get in 5 hours. And the good thing is it's a really good program because it allows me to be flexible. So if I have a meeting or if I have to record, I can always just do my schoolwork that night.
Excellent. And what do you feel you want to say with your music?
All of my songs have a message, either personal to me or they're a message to my fans. Don't Look Down is definitely that message to my fans. Just never look down. If you're getting bullied, just, you got to be strong and that you can always lean on me. But then some of my other songs are kind of just, I'm kind of giving a little background on my life through songs. I have a song called Innocent that's going to be on the album, and it's about me always getting blamed for things, and at the end, maybe I really did do it. So all of my songs have a mystery. All of my songs have a story.
I'm loving this story. I really hope that everything just kind of goes well for you guys. It's just great to see the flow of how everything's been going, and the fact that you've started at such a young age. So clearly it's really deep in your heart. It's not just like a fad type of thing. You know how some teenagers can get into, I just feel like singing right now, and then later it might be a whole different can of beans. So it's awesome to see that that passion's kind of growing within you, and people were able to see it and catch it early and be able to help expand that. I'd like to kind of allow your producer and your parents to get on the screen, if that's cool with you guys, so they can say hello to the audience. And unless, of course, they don't, they're not comfortable with that.
They're trying to be shy now.
Well,
Come on,
only because, really, it's not, the music is just part of it, but the support and the passion and the family and the support is really a combination of that. For all young artists, without those supporting aspects of things, it's hard to do this. It's hard to do this kind of entertainment. And, I grew up being an artist, and my parents were always iffy, starving artist, that kind of conversation. And I did well in my career, I think. So it's great to see that you guys are a family, and it's supporting each other. And I wish you the best. I'm going to have everybody kind of go to your website and bombard and give good comments and put it up on Facebook and stuff like that to help support. And thank you so much for the interview, guys. I do appreciate it. And I hope to probably go to the studio, maybe catch you singing at some point, and have that become a supplemental to the lounge. Is that cool with you guys?
Absolutely.
That'd
We welcome
be great. We love company.
Well, thank you so much, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, theloungemagazine.com is where you can check out this and many other videos. And I'm going to put some of the music videos that I already see that Gabbie has on her website. I'll put them on the lounge. And, leave comments behind and subscribe to The Lounge Magazine. Till next time, thank you very much.
Bye.
It's a Steve Jobs.